Hello, and welcome to the new movie podcast we'll be putting out, hopefully at least once a week, maybe more when we get into it. For our first episode right here, we're going to be doing a horror movie, The Conjuring, since it's October and Halloween time. I'm Michael Prue. Next to me we got
Mike Sikora.
third.
Tyler Jeltness.
Yep, we all work together at a place, and we just thought it'd be fun to start talking about movies and other things. And might as well
Work
record.
together at a place.
What?
So we all do work together at a place
We do. At least right now we do.
True.
for the time being.
All right. So movie today is The Conjuring. Came out in 2013. Rated R. 1 hour, 52-minute runtime. Rotten Tomato score of 86%. Directed by James Wan, amazing director. Budget of $20 million and a worldwide gross of $319 million.
Nice.
Yeah, very
Crazy.
nice. I think, Tyler, you said it's a...
Highest grossing movie of all time, of a little bit over 300.
Yeah, at the time. I think it's since changed. It did better than it and stuff like that.
Of all time, Avengers Endgame.
Well, no, rated R horror.
Oh, all right.
And it's Avatar again. Avatar was re-released and beat it, so
Well, you can't go wrong with James Cameron.
no. We will have many podcasts about James Cameron and James Cameron movies.
Yeah.
All right. So Conjuring is based on a true story about the Perrin family from Rhode Island. They bought a house, and from the stories we heard is the things that actually happened in the movie are pretty accurate to what happened in real life. Main difference was that was over a decade's time,
Okay.
and the movie put in a much shorter time, obviously. Yeah. Even the scene where she's possessed and gets lifted and thrown, the Warrens before their deaths both said that it's really happened exactly the way it happened, if not worse than some of the stuff. Obviously, it's a movie,
Yeah.
so it gets exaggerated a little bit. But so we'll give it a quick description of the movie, and then we'll start talking about the good things, the bad things, give it our rating system, which we'll go through after, and give it the average. And then if it's worthy of the Wall of Fame or Wall of Shame, we'll find out. So it's basically about a family moving to a new farmhouse that's old, 100 years old or something like that. And right off the bat, they start experiencing bad stuff. And they get the Warrens, Lorraine and Ed Warren, who are notorious for dealing with ghosts and haunted and possessed things. And they bring them in to document it so they can get help from the church. And we just go from there. Tyler, is there anything you wanted to add about facts or?
I was just gonna bring in another fact from the movie. Not even the family knew that the house was haunted. The dog didn't even want to go inside. The parents were trying to get the dog, and the dog knew something was up. So that's when you already know something was.
Yeah, right off the bat.
Don't get me started. When I first moved into this house, my dog didn't want to go into the master bedroom. That freaked me out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a dog anymore, but when me and my wife moved into our house at first, I had experienced it in the first few months, and a couple things have happened the same way. So yeah, moving to a new house, stressful as it is, dealing with extra things, as we'll call them, not fun.
I eventually convinced him to get in there. He seems comfortable now, but we just haven't been in there in a minute.
Okay, so I think we'll start off. We'll go through the good things, which will be many, because anyone who knows me knows I love this movie.
This movie is awesome.
Then we'll go through the bad things, which I know for me is very few.
Yep.
Usually I have lots of things to say, even on good movies that are bad or could be worked on. This one, probably not the best choice for the first one, because I really don't have much. And then we'll get into the rating. All right, so who wants to start? Anything positive that they really liked about the movie?
I'm freestyling, so I'm going to just play it by ear by you guys. I've probably seen this movie about a year ago, last Halloween-ish. Last year at this time probably is when I'd last seen it. So yeah, I will just piggyback off you gentlemen.
All right, I guess I'll just start it off then. Obviously, with a good horror movie, you always have to have a good villain in this movie. I think they uh made the character Bathsheba, I think is the name of it. The way they did the makeup art on it was just amazing. And like it looked scary. You could see the veins in her head, the yellow eyes, and just looked old, but very scary.
Yeah, very good makeup on the demon of the movie. I saw this movie at least 2 or 3 times in theaters, I think, and I've probably seen it a total of 12, 15 maybe, all the way through. Watch it multiple times a year, and it's still just as scary. Like I don't really get scared. I don't jump or anything like that in movies. I've seen enough. I went to screenwriting school, so I've studied movies. It takes a lot to creep me out, and especially when I've seen the movie multiple times, is really hard. This movie still as creepy as the first time I've seen it. The whole atmosphere of the movie, the soundtrack, the sounds they chose for it, just builds this tension throughout the whole entire thing, and it never lets go. Yeah, I mean, you care about the family. What was that? Was that a ghost or was that you?
That was hide and clap.
Yeah, that was the hide and clap.
Hide
That
and
was
clap.
a creepy scene, bro. Like, what are you talking about?
The most
Come on,
iconic
man.
scene ever.
Yeah, like that sets the whole movie up. Like, in a way, from what I remember, at least. Like,
Yeah, they set it up early in the film and they bring it back twice.
right, yeah, and it's creepy because she goes into that chest or armoire, and it's just freaky.
Right, she walks and she's playing with that one girl when they're by themselves, and she follows. She hears the clap and the hands come out and it's in the closet, and she goes there, and she can't find anyone, and the girl comes from behind. So
April's like, "You open your eyes. You can't do that." And then the
Yeah.
mom's like all scared because like she heard the clap right in front of her. How is her daughter like behind her? Like,
yeah,
Right.
and then it pays off again when obviously she's by herself in the house at night. Well, she's not by herself, but everyone's sleeping, and she goes to the basement, and then it like comes up behind her with the match, and you hear the voice, and it claps behind her, and the match goes out. Yeah, that was creepy. They show her in the trailer, but it doesn't make it any less creepy in the movie.
yeah,
And a side note, had anyone ever play that game? Because I never heard of that game.
I had never played like a hide and clap.
I used to play hide and go seek in the dark.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, we
And
did that.
when I was a kid, as a baby boy, I thought as a child, we played hide and go seek in the dark. I thought I saw a ghost on the basement steps of my old house. I can still picture it to this day. My sister also like confirmed it, said she's seen the same thing. But once again, I was a little kid, probably 8, 9 years old.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that recollection is like true or if like my sister's like agreement with me is just like emphasizing like, yes, that did happen, but like I saw this old lady in an old timey dress with 4 buns in her hair sitting on the basement steps, playing hide and go seek in the dark with like 3 or 4 neighborhood kids, and I just went and buried my head into the couch till the lights came on.
Well, it's also when you have a memory from such an early age, you build details throughout the time.
Yes.
Right.
You
so-
retell it and you add things that didn't actually happen. So now that it's been so much longer, it's hard to tell what are the actual facts
Yes.
and
Right.
what little details did I add to it from retelling my friends or
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It could be all that.
we all do it. We can give ourselves false memories.
Right, exactly. And like that's why I'm very skeptical now in my older years. Like I used to be all into this ghosts and hauntings and anything you could think of. I was all for it. And then now that I'm an old man and haven't experienced anything lately or like anything that I think is sufficient, it's very skeptical to me. So
So not a believer right now.
it's hard to say no. Like I can't 100% get down on it. Like I would say like half of me wants to and half of me is just like, dude, you're just you're just thinking, like, it's hard. It's hard.
Tyler, you a believer?
I don't know. I'm 50-50. I used to have the kind of mindset of I'll believe it till I see it, but
Right.
I feel like deep down I do believe it.
I want to believe it.
I am definitely a believer. Doesn't mean I believe in everybody's story and everything that people say. I've only had one real experience happen to me, which we can go to a different day, but nothing major. But I definitely believe there's too much stuff going on. But
Yeah.
there's also lots of liars and also fake stuff that.
Yeah, I want to believe it so badly. It's just my brain, now that I'm older, is just like, you can't. Like, it doesn't make sense. But, there's been some things in the past that have happened but haven't occurred now. So it's just like, what? It's like, do I just take a leap of faith? Do I just dive into it 100%? Like, or do I just, like, pass it off as just, it's...
Or you just don't care.
Yeah.
You don't have to. You don't have to be like, I 100% believe in ghosts. I 100% don't.
No. It's not that. It's just like, dude. Yeah, like, I would love to have seen that. It's just like, I haven't seen anything recently or in the past, I don't know, 15, 20 years. I would say 10. 10. But yeah, it's just, I
Pretty sure you just watched your bathroom door open by itself like 2 weeks ago or something.
yeah, I
But
did.
That was 2 weeks ago, not 15 years.
Okay, but like, all right, that's fine. All right.
It was just the wind, Mike. It was just the
Yeah,
wind.
it was just the wind with all the.
No, I played with that bathroom door. It wasn't the wind.
It's just the
It
wind with
needs.
all-
It literally needs something
There was
to
a
actually
draft.
move it.
It was wind with all the windows closed and everything, and then when my dad passed away, there was a bunch of weird stuff going on with like toilets and flushing, and then the kids' dollhouse flushing. Like, but I've asked for it to happen to me, but maybe I'm just too close-minded to experience it.
Okay, I don't remember any of this happened in Conjuring, so let's get back to the movie.
Sorry,
We
I go-
really
I go-
sidetracked at
I
that
go
one
off on
already.
Hey, I go off on tangents. That's the name of my
No,
game.
it's good. It's just a quick like, do you believe or not? And it turned into a
I don't know.
toilet
to our life
flushing.
experiences.
Yeah.
Hey, I got pictures, bro. I got pictures.
Right. Well, we'll talk about them sometime. We'll talk about real experiences, or maybe have a whole episode where it's stories that we believe in.
Yeah.
Why not? I don't know. We got lots of things we can do. So we covered the clap game. We had the movie start with Annabelle, the doll, the true story Annabelle, which in the movie they made it look a lot more creepy than it really is. It's just a Raggedy Ann doll.
Raggedy Ann bullshit.
But it's a real doll, and it really is contained in a glass case in the room. Oh, by the way, there will be spoilers in this. So if you, I mean, it's not a new movie, but
2013, I believe.
if you haven't seen it, then
Come on now.
Spoilers. Meant to say that earlier. But yeah, real Raggedy Ann doll, real glass case, real room full of cursed, haunted objects that they gathered
Allegedly.
throughout their. Yeah, allegedly that they gathered throughout their career, which is arguably questionable at best from what I've read.
Yeah, but you can't speak ill of the dead.
Yes, you can.
You shouldn't.
Well, I'm not speaking very ill. I'm just questioning some of their stuff. From what I've read, there's very questionable things and some money issues going on there. By the time this movie came out, Ed Warren had already passed away. I believe it was like 2005. But the real Lorraine Warren actually has a cameo in the movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a cameo.
When they're talking at like a college or something, in front,
College.
she's in the front row. Doesn't have a talking part or anything like that, but she's
Just got a Stan Lee cameo, eh?
yeah. Anyone who knows what she looks like can easily spot her.
Yeah.
So that was old lady, and she has since passed away. I think within the last year or two. So both of them are not with us anymore. They have lots of famous ghost stories. They did the Amityville Horror House. They did one in Britain, or we'll talk about the second one, the second movie probably, and how it has almost nothing to do with real life.
What, Conjuring 2?
Conjuring 2. Like the Warrens were there and helped out, but they honestly were there for 24 hours in real life and didn't offer their help. But that's a story for a different day. Back to this movie. This movie is Ed Warren was played by Patrick Wilson, who was excellent.
Yeah.
And Vera Farmiga. Yeah, she plays Lorraine. Both did great in it. I love both those actors and actresses.
Patrick Wilson's he's a gem, man. He can play Elvis Presley like one of the greats.
Do you remember him playing an Elvis song in the movie?
Yeah, he plays guitar twice in the beginning and the very end.
I don't remember that.
If I'm gonna be honest, I really think that's.
I think that's number 2.
Yeah, that might be number 2. Because I do remember him playing, but I literally just watched it the other day.
Remember, me and Tyler both watched this movie within the last 48 hours, and you haven't seen it in a year, and I don't remember.
I think that's the second one. I do remember him playing the guitar, though.
He plays guitar twice. That's all I know. And he,
Pretty sure it's the second movie or a totally different movie.
It's either that or Insidious, but I think it's the second one.
No, it's not Insidious. It's
I'm pretty sure it's the second
okay, if
one.
it's 2, I don't know. I don't like 2, so I don't watch 2 that much. I want to say it's number 1. I could be wrong.
Hey,
wrong.
I would put money on the fact that you're wrong. I mean, I was taking notes and I was doing multiple things while I was watching it, but I really don't remember guitar being played.
He plays Elvis Presley.
But the movie does have a good soundtrack. I can't remember specifically what songs were played in it, but every time a real song came on besides the score, I always enjoyed it.
Yeah, I just feel like
Sokor was giving me a look. He doesn't remember any songs.
I just remember Elvis, bro.
That's not this movie, though.
Dude, I'll Google it right now. We got the power.
Go for it. We'll keep talking. You Google that.
I will.
I just want to throw in a fun fact there since we're talking about Patrick Wilson and Vera. Before the movie was shot, Patrick Wilson and Vera had spent 3 days with the actual Lorraine Warren to get the backstory and stuff behind this. So, it's pretty cool.
It looks like it is The Conjuring 2.
That's right. We told you.
God damn it.
We told you it was not this movie.
Damn it. Damn it. Damn it.
Sakura is wrong for the first time on this podcast.
Hey, that's going to be my thing.
Don't worry. Tyler will be there too. He's very young. Me and Sakura here out-age him by a good amount of time. Tyler's the baby of the family.
Yes, sir.
But it's okay. We love you.
Love you too.
There's a quote in this movie that I really like. It's more near, it's more near the beginning or the middle. I don't really remember. He's, I think, doing an interview, so it's got to be the beginning, with somebody who's in their little room of haunted and cursed objects, and he asks why they don't just destroy all the objects, and the quote is, "Sometimes it's better to keep the genie in the bottle." That was a great quote.
Yeah, I remember.
I don't know if it's originated from this movie or if it's a famous quote before, but love that quote. Probably the quote of the movie for me.
That is nice. That is a good thing to think about. Like, that's pretty cool. That's pretty deep.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. You can probably metaphor that for anything you want.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a metaphor of out of the stratosphere.
Another scene that they kept bringing back and paying tribute to was that little toy with the mirror, the music box, and Rory, the name Rory, they say. So they bring it multiple times where you play the music box, and you look at the reflection, and he's supposed to pop up behind you. The first 2 times, he doesn't appear, so it's building pressure. And then once Lorraine takes it, she gets to see Rory, so we finally get to see it, and it pays off. And then she uses it again in the basement when it's dark, which is another scene we'll talk about in a little bit. It's a great, creepy scene. Very creepy.
Definitely a jump scare there.
Yeah, that's the other good thing about this movie. There are jump scares in it, but they're not just the cheap jump scares where it's like you close the door and it's right there.
Yeah.
It's they build up tension, and that's why this movie you can watch over and over and still just as creepy. Once you know jump scares in most horror movies, they're not as fun to watch. But this one, it's not just the cheap jump scares that the typical horror movie uses. There's that one scene I really like. She's doing laundry, and the wind blows the sheet.
This scene always scares me.
Yeah, it's just done
So
perfectly.
scary.
The sheet gets blown by the wind, and it like stops on a person's form,
outline.
like like an outline of the person, like it's a ghost, like so it like hits the ghost almost, and then it goes up to the window, and then it almost like puts the ghost in the window when the blanket moves away. It was like perfect. Never seen anything like that in the movie for horror. It's a very original scene, and that's when the mom in the film, I can't remember her name. Caroline. What?
Carolyn or Caroline, one of those.
Carolyn, yeah. Caroline or Carolyn. That's the scene where she gets possessed, where she like wakes up and the demon, what's the demon's name again?
Bathsheba.
Bathsheba is like right over her, and that scene is creepy.
That is so scary too.
The makeup was really well done there, and it's just like it's so unnerving. It's not a jump scare because it's like slowly moving over her, and it just works so well. Do you know what scene we're talking about, Sakura?
I recall it.
Okay.
It's a great scene.
Next movie we talk about, you're watching the movie before we do the podcast.
Yeah. Have you guys seen Hereditary?
I have not.
I hated it the first time I saw it, but it's a slow burn and it's pretty great.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
Do you want to pick the second horror movie that we'll do next?
Do you want to watch Hereditary?
I don't know. Is it streaming or anything? If it is, maybe I will.
Probably HBO Max, I feel like. Definitely seen it on there.
You looked it up? We'll keep going on the positives. Tyler, you got anything right now?
I mean, the whole movie itself is just great. Just the positive stuff I can just only picture, just like, really good, scary.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Got it.
Just the scenes that I just wanted to bring up. I know talked about some other stuff, but one of my favorite scenes of it was the Bathsheba on top of the dresser.
Yes.
When the daughter, I don't remember what the daughter's name was hitting her head on the thing, and her other sister put her back to bed. But then it started doing the clapping again, so then she went over there, and then the daughter like woke up and was like, "Oh my God, behind you!" And it was just on top of the dresser, just staring at you, and then jumped on the sister.
Yeah, super creepy scene. Like even before it's creepier when she's just up there and she gives that really evil look.
And that was like the first appearance of the movie of her.
Yeah, it was the first appearance of like any real demon, I believe, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, we had the Annabelle at the beginning, which was creepy in the closet, banging and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But this is the first time we saw a physical being of any kind. So we weren't used, that's the first thing you see. So you don't know what to expect at first.
But I just think it's so scary because they show like the zoomed out version of it, and then they just all of a sudden just zoom in right in her face, just ready to attack, and it was just so scary.
The other scene that was really good was when Lorraine they go in the closet, and there's like a hole in the wall, and they get the one girl who disappeared out, and then she falls through all the way to the basement.
All the way to the basement, yep.
And it's like pitch black down there, and she starts hearing voices, and then does a ball bounce by her or something?
She's looking around, and then she looks at like some dressers over there or whatever, and then a ball just bounces up.
She sees like a old lady or something, and then also the feet. Well, she takes out the music box, so you're already like, oh no, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do the music box right now. Like you're freaking out already. And then all of a sudden the feet of like the witch or whatever it is, Bathsheba. It's like right there, and it's like turning, and just that turn is creepy.
Because you can just hear like the rope. Because that's like the appearance that she had outside when she was being hung. So every time you heard like that rope stretch thing, it like mentioned that she was being hung or whatever.
And I can't remember if it's about around the same time, but at the same time, Ed and Lorraine's daughter is being haunted in their house. I can't remember what scene it's attached to.
It's after Lorraine starts to run away, it takes her necklace, and that was the picture of her daughter, and I think that's how it...
That's right. And like the Annabelle doll is out of the box.
Yep.
And she goes in she goes in the room, and you just hear the camera pans, and you see like the Bathsheba or whatever rocking in a rocking chair holding Annabelle doll, and the Annabelle doll turns its head, and it's just like I'm getting goosebumps right now just talking about it.
Me too. Like right now, yeah.
That's how well this movie was made.
I just like that scene so much because you would picture the actual person to turn the head, but instead it's the Annabelle doll that turns the head very slowly. And the music that they have right on that is so creepy. Like, oh my God. It's a good scene though, but it's so scary.
Right. I think this was the first horror movie I saw in theaters after we moved into our house, and then we go home to an empty house.
Dun, dun, dun.
And, any new house sound that we're not used to. Totally freaked me out.
Yeah.
Plus, your kids have said some weird shit in that house.
Yeah, that's another time. Not only have they said things, but they said things in the same exact area that I had something happen to me. The incident I didn't talk about it, but I brought it up earlier. Same exact closet area.
Right. Yeah. Coincidence?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think not.
We'll do a whole episode where we talk about real stuff. This is just
Or
a movie.
real stuff we think is real.
If it happened to me, I know it's real.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, very fair enough.
Since we're just talking about scenes, I'm gonna bring up the other scene about the whole exorcist down in the basement. That scene alone, like, it's probably like a whole 10 minutes itself, but it is so scary. She was levitating inside the chair and then turned upside down, and then Patrick Wilson's character is just telling him to put her down, and the next thing is she just smashes on the ground. I just like, oh, is this not gonna end well?
Right. The other good scene the quote that I like from that scene was when she like turns and looks at him. Patrick Wilson's like, she's already gone.
Yeah. Oh, it's so creepy.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
I guess that's another thing about this horror movie is no one dies in this.
Yeah.
The dog dies.
Oh yeah. Well, I know you want to bring that up in the negative, so we'll be there in a
that's fucked
second.
Up. Don't even get me started.
We're gonna get you started in a minute, okay? We're almost done. There's only like one or two more things we're gonna talk about.
Nobody dies. Bullshit.
Somebody
The
dies.
most important character dies.
I don't know if that's the most important character.
To me, it is.
What's the dog's name?
Sadie.
Oh damn! I didn't know he was gonna actually know it right off the top of his head. I actually knew it. Didn't know he was gonna be able to pop that out.
Yeah. I know things.
He's had a few beers in him right now. He's
I'm like 11 beers deep.
That's over a long period of time, people.
Yeah.
The only other real scene I want to bring up on the good is, I guess it's one of the earlier scares, and that is when the girls are sleeping in the room. There's two different scenes where she smells stuff, she hears stuff, but the second one, her leg gets pulled,
Oh,
and you can see her actually get pulled, and then she sits up, and her older sister is like talking to her, and she's like, "He's behind the door,"
Yep.
and she gets up, and the door, you can hear it in her voice.
I'm not
So,
your daughter.
She did a great job in that scene of like putting that fear in her voice. I don't know how old she was when she was in it. She's not like super young, but good performance from that.
Yeah, she had to have been like around 15 or something.
Yeah, it just really creeped me out.
But
So,
yeah.
any other positives right now
We're
before?
not your daughters anymore. Different movie.
Yeah, what movie is that?
It's with Nicole Kidman.
Oh, The Others.
Yeah.
All right, so no more positives. I mean, we went through this pretty
Positive,
fast.
the movie's great.
Yeah, well, now we're at the bad section. Do you have any bad things to say about this movie, Sakura?
Yes.
Yeah, and what is that? I wonder what it could be.
I really don't know.
Well,
what
I
could
brought it
be.
up about 30 seconds ago. The fucking dog dies. That is bullshit. Stop making horror movies where the dog dies. All right? Just cut it out. We don't need it. It's too much. You don't need it. Don't pull on heartstrings just for some sympathy. Like, Jesus Christ, come on. Stop killing dogs in horror movies is all I got to say. Get a cat, get a hamster, get a gerbil, get a goldfish.
Well,
Stop with the dog.
No one cares if a goldfish gets murdered in a movie.
Exactly.
And you can't do a cat because I told you guys earlier, cats are notoriously horrible to work with on sets. They don't listen to rules or orders.
Don't do it.
Well, dogs sense things in real life. It's one of the common things they think dogs can sense spirits and stuff.
But as a dog owner and a dog lover, stop doing it. It's not helping.
The dog
It
didn't
doesn't-
really die. I bet there's a warning at the end of the movie that says
I'm
no
sure there's a
animals were
warning at the end of
harmed.
the movie, but still, I don't need to see it.
Okay, what about the bird? Do you feel bad for the bird that dies in it?
No, birds are stupid.
Yeah, I agree with that, but guess what? It's
Birds
animal.
are no. It's an animal. I get it. It's sad, but
It's not sad. I wouldn't
it's
say
not
that.
as sad. A dog's your companion. A dog's your right hand man. You don't just off a dog just to make some bullshit in a horror movie. Stop doing it, please.
They didn't off a dog. It was fake.
Yeah, it was fake, but they made you believe it in the movie. The whole movie's fake if you want to go that way.
I doubt it happened in real life. I can't say it didn't, but I very much doubt it. Does that make you feel better?
No, it doesn't, because it was portrayed on the silver screen.
All right. Is that the only thing you have to complain about is the dog dies?
Yeah, and now that I know that it's not the movie where he plays Elvis Presley, then yes.
All right. Well, we already know a complaint for when we do the sequel.
We're not doing the sequel.
We will, because there's one scene.
I have many complaints about this.
I have a major complaint in the sequel, but we'll
CGI.
get to that. Yeah, we'll get to that. Tyler, what are your complaints?
Just one thing that I have a couple of things, but the first thing that just comes off the top of my head from watching it just recently, the scene of Annabelle at the Warrens' house when Ed and Lorraine just get to the house and they're trying to help the daughter out of the room. You see that the chairs started to lift, the rocking chair started to lift, and it started to shoot towards the girl. You could tell that there was a lot of effects on the chair itself. I just feel like maybe they could have done it more natural, like have it not together all the way and just have someone like chuck it there and have it actually like break. Because I don't know, I just didn't like the effect that they had on that.
I would have to rewatch it because I don't specifically remember that. But I can imagine it's a $20 million horror movie, so effects aren't usually, when it comes to like CG stuff,
Yeah.
aren't usually a big player, important on the totem pole.
Yeah.
All right. What was you said you had 2 or 3?
Yeah. Talking about the dad and the situation and the story, they do have like a 2-minute, 3-minute section of him getting like a paranormal activity of the house. I thought maybe they could do more paranormal activity with his character. I know like the whole concept of it was the mom gets possessed and then kills the child, so obviously they focus it on those two, but I thought maybe they could have had the dad or the father in it more than what he was in.
Yeah, but you gotta understand, they talk about how he's a truck driver, and I'm pretty sure he was a truck driver in real life, so there's a reason for it,
That's true. Okay.
But no, it's a legitimate complaint.
Yeah.
But they also remember they had to speed it up because it really took place over 10 years. So they just have to do things for movies. I think I'll go next. I have one, and if you have another one, you can say it after.
Okay.
And it's just a small thing, and I just noticed it now because I came into this without any complaints, and that is there's a scene where the mom, where she hears the claps, so she thinks it's the kids. She goes in all the kids' rooms. They're all sleeping, so we know they're all in the house and they're all asleep. And then all the picture frames, like in the hallway, that's literally 5 feet from their doors, are falling super loud. All this stuff is happening, and no one wakes up. Yes, no one wakes up. That's really the only complaint I can
Maybe
take.
they're heavy sleepers.
I'll accept it for the movie. I will.
All of their doors were open too, so it's
All their doors are open because it happened when she was like in the doorway of the kids' room. So I will accept it.
I never really
Maybe
thought
they were
about
all
that, but you bringing it
possessed.
up makes me like remember that.
Yeah, it
scene.
just popped in there.
Yeah.
Maybe they're all possessed. I sleep like a rock.
The kids weren't possessed in the movie.
Maybe they were at that moment.
No, they were just sleeping. I'll accept it for the movie, but if I'm forced to find something little to complain about, that's what I'll say.
Yeah, that's true. I never really like thought about that, but like I said, bringing that up, it's like, oh yeah, duh.
Yeah, sometimes you don't notice things until someone else says something,
Yeah.
and then you're like, you can't get your mind off of it.
Yeah.
Do you have one more, Tyler? Or
Another one is just off visual effects, but I also have another one on top of this. But
Ew.
one of the last scene when the mom comes back, you can like see her like face, like her face looks a little off rather than just natural makeup and stuff. It just looked really weird. But besides that, my other one would probably, it's not like they don't need it in the movie, but I thought maybe it should be a little longer than what it was, the hour 52 or whatever it was. I don't know. Me just watching it felt like it was really short, but obviously they can only do so much with it. So I thought maybe they could do like like the opening scene was with Annabelle and all that, but maybe after that, maybe they could do like an actual like road trip with the family heading to the house and talking about the house and maybe something like that. But
An hour 52 for a horror movie is extremely long, actually.
I don't know. It just felt
Yeah,
short.
they're usually
to
like
me.
90 minutes, right?
Yeah, an hour and a half is like the magic window for a horror movie. The horror movie audience doesn't have a lot of patience. But an hour, it does feel fast. It does feel shorter than hour 52, which is a good sign of a good movie. But
Yeah, it leaves you wanting more.
yeah, it leaves you wanting more and knowing that you're going to be disappointed with all the sequels. That's one other thing I wanted to bring up really fast. It's the fact this movie has spawned 2 sequels and I think like 5 spin-offs or something like that. There's 3 Annabelle movies, the Nun movie,
And they're coming out with another one after that.
Another
too,
one?
soon.
Yeah. and there's one more movie that is connected. It's not really in the main thing, but they connected it because I think there's like a priest that's in them all, or a priest that's in that one that's in the other one, and I can't remember what it's called. I thought I wrote it down, but I guess I'm wrong.
No, I think The Curse of La Lorena.
That's it.
Oh yeah.
That
I haven't seen that one yet.
I've seen it only
Don't.
once.
Don't
But
watch it. It's not good.
Well, none of them have matched up to this one on success rate.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Right.
yeah. So, has everyone done with the good and the bad?
The dog.
I know the dog. As he says this, his 2 dogs are walking around the table. We're doing this at right now.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it, James Wan. Please stop doing it.
Well, has he done it in more movies? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't remember Insidious that
believe
much.
so.
Well, I don't think a
remember
dog died in Aquaman. Does that make you happy?
Aquaman?
Yeah.
That's not a horror movie.
No, but he directed it.
Yeah,
He
that's
directed Saw too, and no dog died in that.
okay. Well,
you
then I
happier?
give him props because he's 1 for 3 right now.
There you go. We can talk about other movies
So
later
he's-
that he did.
Yeah, he's still. If he was playing baseball, he's still batting a good percentage. He would still make it to the major leagues. So cut it out, James Wan.
Yeah, that means he's batting a 666.
No, 333. 1 out of 3.
He only killed a dog in 1 movie, and he did it in 2. So that means he had 2 hits out of 3.
3 movies.
Yeah.
1 hit out of 3 movies. 1 kill out of 3 movies.
Yeah. So
333.
So that's the negative. That would be the strike. The 2 not dog deaths would be positives, which would be hits.
All right, you're right.
I know I'm right.
667.
We'll go with 666 because this is a horror
No,
movie.
667. That's how
We will go
baseball does it.
666
I
because
played
this is a
baseball.
horror movie.
It's 667.
I can mute you right now.
Do it.
I am at the board.
Mute it up, bruh. I ain't scared.
I'm too lazy to lift my finger to press that button.
Finger's
all
right there.
I know it is. I mean, the paper I was touching was literally above your control, but we'll let you keep talking. So the rating system, we're basically going to give it a 0 to 5 rating. 5 would be the best score, truly classic. 4 would be a pretty good. 3 would be middle of the road. 2 would be should be better. 1 is it's bad, and a 0 is there is nothing redeemable about this movie. We'll each give it a grade, come up with the average. If it gets a average of a 4.5 or higher, it goes on the Wall of Fame. Anything that's like 0.5 or below, and we'll go on the Wall of Shame. Might change these.
0.5 or below?
Yeah, that means it's got to be really bad. We might
What
change
movies
it.
are going to hit that mark?
Oh, I can.
You got to make it like at least 1.5.
Fine. How about a 1?
Yeah, because like 0.5, like come on.
Okay.
I feel
So-
like movies will eventually come.
Okay,
up
how
with
about-
0.5,
okay.
There's
but
some movies
Wall-
that are
okay.
terrible out there. But
We'll change
no.
the rules right now. A 4 or higher is a Wall of Fame, and a 1.5 or lower is a Wall of Shame. Are you happy with that?
fair.
I can get down with that.
Okay, that's the rules we just set right now in front of everybody. So, all right. So, knowing the rating system, Tyler, you go first. What would you rate this movie?
A strong 5.
Very, very nice. Now we go to Sakura over here, sitting on the couch. What are we going with?
This is a big one. No, it's not really. I would. It's not the scariest movie I've ever seen. It is probably the greatest horror movie I've ever seen in a long time. But I can't give it a perfect 5. I have to go
because of that damn dog.
You can also do 0.5s. Just
I can do 0.5. Can I do 0.7?
you can do like no, you are okay. He's saying this because I specifically told him you can do 0.5s, like halfway between points, but don't do like 0.7 or 0.9. And he's smiling sadistically right now.
It's because I'm possessed by the Conjuring. No. It's a great movie. The first time I saw it, freaked me out. It was great. I guess it's not. I mean, it's as close to perfect as you can get, but like, it didn't put me in that space where I'm just like totally encompassed in like, just being like wilded out and scared. So I guess I will have to go with a 4.5.
4.5 it is from Sakura. Well, for me, there's not going to be too many movies to do this. I will also give it a perfect 5. It is, to me, one of the greatest horror movies in the past 15 years. I don't think anything else compares to it.
No.
There's a few and far between when movies like this come out and truly are just really good. So let's see, 2
Maybe
5s.
Maybe I have too high of standards.
Maybe you do.
Maybe.
So right out of the gate, we are starting with a movie that gets an average of 4.8 out of 5. So
sorry.
This one, yeah, you ruined it. The perfect score. This one should have had one.
You think it's a masterpiece?
I do think it's a masterpiece.
You think it's a masterpiece,
Yes.
Tyler?
This is a movie that
A masterpiece.
yes,
This is what
absolutely
started like.
This
It
is,
started a chain reaction of shit, is what it started.
it doesn't matter. The first one's great though. This is a movie that is like the Halloween of this generation. It is.
Yeah, but it's only got one good movie.
We're not talking about the series. We're talking about the one movie.
Standalone movie.
4.8. This movie is 100% going on the Wall of Fame. First movie out of the gate. Very strong. And I absolutely love it.
I love it too. I'm not saying I don't love it.
I
I'm just
know.
saying it's.
You're fine. I'm not attacking you for your 4.5. I respect
Attack
it.
me.
I will attack you if
Do
I
it.
want.
Do it.
Go for it.
I dare
will.
you.
No. You gotta do it first.
No, I'm just saying, like, it's not the creepiest movie I've ever seen.
No?
It's not the scariest movie I've ever seen.
No, it's up
but
there.
there's a lot of movies. There's a lot of movies that don't freak me out, and there's a lot of. I mean, I don't even know a movie. Like, this is probably the best movie I've seen recently that has like creeped me out a bit, but not so much that where I'm just like feel uneasy about it.
Right.
Like, I want to be freaked the fuck out and like rethink everything when I see a movie.
That did this for me.
I mean, it was close. It was close.
I just have a feeling we're never going to get a perfect 5 out of you, actually.
You're not, because
I can name one movie right now that I will think you'll give a perfect 5.
what is it?
Terminator 2.
I was thinking the same exact thing.
100%. If you don't give a perfect 5 on that, I would be shocked. And we will definitely be covering the Terminator series. I don't know if we'll do individual movies or just the series itself.
What?
Yeah, you can't. You're laughing right now. You know it. And that's not a perfect movie.
It's gonna
but,
hurt him if he doesn't.
But
say
sometimes
5.
I give judgments on the quality of a movie and the entertainment. You got to find the right balance. If a movie's supposed to be goofy, you don't judge it and grade it as a drama. You rate it for what it's made. What are they going for? And the first rule is, was it entertaining? That's the point of seeing a movie. Was it entertaining? It can be drama, it can be comedy, it can be horror. Entertain me. Or if it's not, then it could be made well, shot well, acted well. If it's not entertaining, it's going to get a low grade. And in the reverse, if it's a movie that's super entertaining, but maybe the acting isn't perfect, maybe it's not shot the best, it's going to get a higher grade because it's still entertaining.
Wolfie is dead. I
Here we
love
go.
that movie.
See, his mind has completely gone to Terminator 2 already. We have lost him for the rest of this.
He'll live.
So I think Sakura picks the movie we're going to do.
I'm saying Oculus.
You're saying Oculus 100%? Wait,
It's either
that's not what you said a second ago.
I said Oculus or Hereditary, but I think Oculus deserves a chance just because it's like not a high budget affair. It's WWE produced, and that might throw people off, but it's actually a pretty cool story.
I've seen 2 movies by WWE, and they were both.
What? That stupid movie with Kane in it?
See No Evil, which wasn't as horrible as the other one, but their version of Leprechaun, their reboot of Leprechaun, was
No, Oculus is
so bad.
Oculus is creepy. It fucks with you. It's got like time jumps. It's crazy. It's stupid. It's got real gross scenes in it too. Like, like I don't even want to watch them.
Okay, so
And then there's like it's just all fucked up. Infidelity, which I hate. Like,
like cheating, or do you mean incest?
cheating.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
There's like, it's like a scene, like it's all fucked up, and then like the mom's all fucked up, and
You make me not want to watch it.
it's only a couple scenes, but it's fucked up, man.
Well, chances are we'll be coming back to you with the second episode with one of those 2 movies.
Oculus. I say watch Oculus because Hereditary is a slow burn. I fucking hated it the first time I saw it.
Slow burns are amazing to me as long as the payoff is great.
Well, the payoff's weird the first time you see it. I had to watch it like 2 or 3 times to actually really appreciate it. But that's just me. It's just like Midsummer. You guys ever seen that?
No, I've never even heard of it.
No.
Super weird.
Okay. So I think that's all we got for you today. Maybe we'll try to get one out before the next week. And that's it. Signing off, Michael Prue.
You know me, Mike Sikora.
And Tyler Geltness.
Is this playing?
Yeah, there you go.
Hey. You never know. Oculus. Check it out. It's super weird. Karen, I don't know her last name. Gilliam?
I don't know her name.
She's in Avengers. Marvel.
I don't know.
MCU.
Music's playing louder. That means talk later.
You never know.
Written by Sikora.